Hi all, I've been trying to do this video for a while actually, but things are getting in the way. So this video I'm going to cover a lot of things. It's about a few topics I want to talk about, a few things like my late diagnosis, and how my journey, how it's affecting me after my assessment and being diagnosed. But firstly, I'd like to talk about what the things I like. The things I like, well, and do that make, well, not make me autistic. I was born this way. Obviously, you know the general stuff, like sensory, eye contact, but there's more to that. Like, I pick, my thumbs there, both hands. I like pulling out hair out my hairbrush. That's quite therapeutic. I like to play with my hair right there. Repetition is a big thing for me. I mean, I've got like 3 or 4 pairs of the same brand jeans, same colour. I also do with the hoodies as well. I think there's a few on videos of me wearing a purple hoodie. It's various purple hoodies, but the same make, from the same company. I like the feel of it, the texture and all that. What else? I'm very fussy with food, and I mean very particular. Mainly I would eat hash browns, southern fried chicken, popcorn. I would venture out and possibly eat a lamb, something with lamb in it. Pasta pot I would have from Tesco. What else? McCoy's salt and vinegar, and a Monster. Can't forget the Monster. So really, I really wanted to talk about how I feel after getting diagnosed with autism. So let me start. Let me rewind back to August 2020, where I rang up my GP and said, "Yo, my son has. We suspect my son has autism. His epilepsy consultant says there's traits in him, my eldest son, that he's autistic." So I got asked to I got asked to do a autism assessment. So I just thought, you know what, I'll do it for a laugh. Had a chip on my shoulder. Do it for a laugh, why not? So I rang up my GP and said, "Yo, I want a assessment for autism. I believe my son has autism. His epilepsy consultant says that there are traits." So he said, "Yep, I'll sort that out." Nice doctor. Brilliant doctor he is. "I'll sort that out. Don't worry, leave that with me." So okay, cool. Roll around March, I get text saying, "Your autism assessment has been funded by the NHS." So I was like, sweet. And then roll around April of March of this year, and April 2021, I received a letter stating that I needed to. The letter came from Canterbury from a company called Seacom, and I needed to go online, follow the link, and do the assessment to get a phone call assessment, pre-screening assessment. So I did it, and I'm going through that, and I'm thinking, oh, some of them questions are really hitting home, you know. And I think one of the questions was, do you wear or buy similar or the same clothes? And yeah, I do. Do you know what I mean? And do you eat the same stuff day in, day out, 3 times a day? I was like, yeah. So I got that questionnaire out, done with, still thinking, it's probably a load of BS, really. So then I rung up and said, look, I've done this questionnaire, can you check if you've received it? So the secretary was like, yeah, we received it. Oh, while you're here, book you in for an appointment for the 1st of June, my birthday. So plodding along, no. Sorry, I got that wrong. I had to have my telephone phone call. She booked it in for April. That's what I was trying to get at. She booked my phone assessment for April. And then I had a pre-screening. And then after my pre-screening, they booked me in for the 1st of June, 2021, my birthday. So the months went by, kept ringing, to make sure. I'll get a phone call one day. Oh, your thing's been changed to the 30th of May. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. I was looking forward to going out on my birthday for once. And so it got changed, and I weren't too happy about it. So I ended up going. But the 30th of May, I nearly didn't go. I remember waking up around 7:35, 7:38. I was thinking, oh, I don't want to go. Can't be bothered. Can't be fucked. I really can't. So, finally got my arse out of bed, got washed and changed. It was about 8:30. Oh, journey was horrendous. From my location to Rochester, and then Rochester out to Canterbury. Oh, the longest 3 hours of my life. Well, it wasn't even that. I think it was like 2 hours or something. So I got there around 10. And I popped into Tesco's. And I like I mentioned, I'm fussy with food. I'm partial to lamb samosas. And there was a meal deal, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll get a lamb samosa, because I know I'll eat that. That's the only thing I would eat from what they've got. I'll get a bag of some salt and vinegar McCoys and my Monster. I got the wrong bag of fucking crisps. And I could feel this, like, oh, I was getting flustered, like, didn't know what to do. So I plucked up the courage and I said, look, mate, could I change this? He said, yeah, no worries. So I asked him, oh, look, where's New Dover Road? When I got to Canterbury. And he was like, oh, it's here. You're on it. I said, oh, is this, where's Seacom, Peacecom, Seacom, whatever the place is called. said, oh, it's only just up there. So I went in at 10:30, 20 to 11, done what I needed to do, sat there drinking. My appointment wasn't until like 2:30. So this is where the thick of the story, from my perspective of things. So he's asking me all of these questions, and if I had any friends and this and that, and I said, well, not really, no. I think the session went well, I suppose is a good word to use. It depends on how you look at it, really, by the end of the story. The session went on, and I said, oh, so what's your verdict then, Doc? Am I autistic or not? And he was like, well, before he could even finish, I said, well, what do you mean, well? I'm either autistic or not. And he said, well, let me finish. He said, you're autistic, but you also have OCD. So I thought to myself, for 31 years of my life, I was 31 when I got diagnosed. I thought to myself, fuck, I've just lived a lie. I just lived a fucking lie. You know, being the age that I was and I am now, 30, I was 31 when I got diagnosed and I'm 32 now. Most of my peers, they've got their own businesses, they've got great jobs, and, you know, and there's little old me, in and out of jobs, you know, lost interest quite quickly. That is one of the signs of autism, losing interest in things quite quickly. I'm getting sidetracked now. You know, and I just remember thinking, fuck, I've just lived a lie. All my life thinking I was neurotypical, you know, and I'm autistic. I didn't initially message anyone privately straight away. I remember writing a Facebook status from Seacon. Literally, I just literally rushed out that door. And I'll never forget my reaction when he told me. I was just like, shit. What the fuck? How did my parents not pick this up when I was a kid? I must have been masking unconsciously. Do you know what I mean? Either that, it could be a cultural thing. I don't know, and I will never know. But I just thought, what the fuck? What the actual fuck has just happened? And I'm trying to process it. I'm like, I'm autistic. I'm weird. I'm subnormal. I was angry as well that my parents didn't even pick this up as a child. You know? So, after the initial shock has started to wear off, and I mean, the best way I can explain it, right? It's like someone's just knocked you out, just giving you a nice jab in the gut, right? And you know, and you're like, oh, you kind of, there's that pain, and it goes away, but you can still kind of feel that pain. That's how shocked I was. And I wrote a status on Facebook, and I pulled my heart out. Pulled my heart out, really. Pulled my heart out, and I was just like, I can't remember what I said, but I'm sure it'll come up on my timeline on Facebook. But all I can remember was all these hug emojis, these heart emojis, just racking up, and all these comments racking up. So much love and so much support. It was just phenomenal. And there were some people that I say hello to that commented. There were some people I say hello, how are you, and you know, and I'd like to think I'll say hello, and I like to think that I'm quite friendly. Too friendly at times, but no, I mean, people who, what I'm trying to get at is that people who hardly know me, you know, and some people who know me, were showing so much love, so much love. It was amazing. It was amazing, and I just did not expect that kind of reception. You know, I didn't even think anyone would even take the time to read that lengthy essay. You know, and it felt amazing. You know, that people who hardly knew me, who know me, who showed me support, which was nice. You know, and I've had my wobblers since then, and that love is still there, you know, and I just wanted to say thank you. I mean, like, just fucking putting up with my little wobblers on social media, my meltdowns, and, you know, for me personally, like, it's days like today where I'm like, I feel like I've lived 3 decades a lie, you know, and I just feel like, it's not what I feel, it's days like this that I cannot process it. I must have been very good at masking it. Or my parents just were oblivious to me, or of me, matter of perspective. You know, fucking tablet. Trying to do a video. Yeah, it's just madness, you know, and really struggling today to process it, really, because I think now that I've received my acceptance letter for PIP, it just makes it even more real, you know, and the reason why I do these things, I don't know if anyone actually watches it or not, but it's just really to create awareness, you know, for people who are late diagnosed like myself, for people who are early diagnosed as autistic, you know, yeah, I guess I have been autistic all my life. But I've never known that until my last few days of my 31st year on this earth, you know. And it's a shock. It can be detrimental in some cases, you know, like I remember feeling just like, whoa, I need to process this a lot. And there are days where I'm absolutely fine with it, you know, cracking on with life, doing my daily routine, getting up between 8 and 10, walk the dog, well, have the fag, walk the dog, and about 11 and 12, between 11 and 12, have a bath, have something to eat, and then play video games, try to do some TikToks, try to do these Autistic Diary videos, and, you know, it's a lot to take in, really, you know, when shit like that happens. You know, you think, with that daily routine that I've just expressed, you think that's normal, and being diagnosed late has also had its benefits, you know. Yes, today is one bad day of being autistic. You know, I mean, the positives, well, my positives, obviously, if you're thinking about getting diagnosed late, you know, it's your journey, but my positive has opened my eyes to my past and explains why I cannot hold down a job because I lose interest, hold down a friendship because I get too much, I get too overwhelming. And obviously with past relationships, with girlfriends and that, but it's, you know, it's really, really opened my eyes. You know, today is one of those down days, really, where I'm just thinking like, wow, I'm autistic. Why didn't my parents get me diagnosed when I was younger? I've got so many unanswered questions that will never ever get answered, or I'll never ever know the truth, because a part of me feels like it's a cultural thing and that my parents didn't want to accept that I'm autistic, so they just kind of brushed it off, you know. I remember being diagnosed at a younger age with learning disabilities, but whether the doctors suggested that I was autistic at a young age, they probably did. My parents probably didn't want to accept it, which is a shame, really, you know, because I think if I got diagnosed younger, I think I would have the correct support I needed at school. I could have got support with transitioning from secondary school to college, because that was really difficult for me. Sorry. Transitioning from school to college was really difficult for me, because I was a little shit. I was just all over the place. I was hyperactive. I couldn't sit still. I was very disruptive in class, in college classes. And this was before being diagnosed with autism. I was, I was smoking weed, I was smoking, didn't turn up to classes, hardly turn up. I'm surprised I even lasted 3 years at that college and came out with a pass, really, because I found it very difficult. Those 3 years of my life I found difficult because not only was I transitioning from school to college, but from college to, I was doing sports and exercise science at different levels, and there was different teachers that I knew quite well, but there was like different students there as well, and I just struggled to process that. And I think if my parents had done something, say when I was 4 or 8, before I got to 16, maybe I could have coped better. I mean, prime example, I was in supported housing for depression. I was homeless in 2010 to 2012, right? And at that time, I was so lucky. I had good friends to put me up. And even that was a struggle to process because I didn't know whether I was going to eat, where I was going to go, when my next shower was going to be, and all that. I actually got pneumonia back in 2010 from being homeless, and that was a struggle. And then I finally got into supported housing in 2012, for depression, and that was nice. I spent 4 good years there, and I moved into my current location now, and I've been here for about 6 years. Like that, even the support worker that was with me, she didn't know that I was autistic. She thought I was depressed. It's not her fault. She did give me support, and it was substantial because of the given circumstances, because I was depressed at the time. So from 2012, I moved to where I am now about 2015. So the support worker from Frobisher Court helped me transition to my current location here for 3 days. And obviously, we thought it was depression, and it was depression, and we did not have a clue that I was autistic. No, I am autistic. I am autistic because I'm still alive. I should stop referring to myself as I was. So yeah, I mean, the transition from Frobisher Court to my current location was difficult because the first 6 months to a year, I just kept telling myself, this is not my home. This is not my home. Only if walls can talk. And I cried myself to sleep some nights. I really did cry myself to sleep. I just could not cope. I could not handle it well. Even though I did get 3 days support, which was, I think it was 3 days or 3 weeks. I can't remember. I think it was 3 weeks, which was nice. But I remember saying to the support worker, it doesn't feel like home. I want to go back home. But eventually I've grown to love this place, even though it is a crap hole. It's home. But no, I mean, those are the most difficult transitions that I can recollect. You know, I mean, I know it will get better. I know that what I'm doing is creating awareness for neurotypical parents, people who have either autistic relatives or autistic children, and I'm trying to create acceptance and awareness for autistic people and everyone, really, everyone on it. Do you know what I mean? Like who's willing to support it. You know, I mean, today's been a hard day, really. Today's been a hard day, you know, but this is just one of many, many beautiful days to come, you know. I'm trying to see the positive in it. I mean, I'm glad I got diagnosed with autism, because I feel like now I can get the correct support that I need that I never got as a child, you know. So it is what it is, you know, I suppose. But the only way is forward, and the only way I can try and cope is by expressing myself through these videos, through TikToks, through my Facebook posts. Yeah, I mean, just to, I don't want to say educate, because I feel like that's a little bit strong, maybe not. Yeah, let's say educate. I want to educate people in general, whether you're late diagnosed, early diagnosed, neurotypical, autistic, suspected autistic. You know, I think by creating awareness and educating is how I'm coping, really, by going through my experiences as a late diagnosed autistic adult. Yeah, I just want to shed some light on it, and really, you know, I'm still discovering myself, you know, because I think I mentioned that I feel like I've lived a lie, and now I feel free. I feel like myself, the real me, and I feel like I'm discovering myself, which it should have been done when I was younger. But I think I'm starting to repeat myself. That's an autistic trait, I believe. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for rambling on for like half hour. Please like, sub, share, all that nonsense, shake the bell thing, whatever young people do. I hope this has been enlightening, and there will be more Autistic Diaries coming. I'm going to be throwing up some TikToks as well soon, and some streams of Assassin's Creed. I haven't really been motivated to play that because I lost interest in it, but I managed to squeeze in about an hour, 2 hours of it. So yeah, might squeeze that in again this week. But I'm on a TikTok flex at the moment. So yeah, check them out. I'll be uploading some TikToks onto here. But if you want to check me out on TikTok, it's Shaun, Shaun, Dissanayake, Dissanayake. I think that's also my YouTube name, Shaun Dissanayake. So yeah, come check me out, whatever. Also, before I go, on the 11th, the 10th, I'll be away for Christmas. Everyone loves Christmas. Don't you love Christmas? I'll be away for Christmas, so if I do an autistic diary from now and then, sweet. If not, have a good Christmas. I'm gonna go now. Peace.